this is a little newspaper stamp that headline stamp that I thought I'd put together to add to the corner shop piece. And the idea really behind it will be to have actually some sort of, those comedic headlines that you get, I was having a look on Google, and there's some really funny ones that have been done. Just the weirdest of headline. I'll pop one up on the screen so you can see what I'm on about. But yeah, so basically I used just some plastic card, which I kind of cut to size. It's around, those pieces are around 2 centimeters in length, and then I basically fitted them together with plastic weld for the whole thing, and then added some plastic card rod effectively as well, to kind of add those finer details in. But I thought I'd show you this because I think it's quite nice to see exactly how I put like a little detail together or something, rather than me just showing you and then you accepting that that's what it looks like. I think it's perhaps better sometimes to see just how something goes together. Obviously I haven't painted it this week, I need to primer it. I need to then add in maybe some decals, that sort of thing, but and then like add in the details of the newspaper headlines as well. But I thought it'd just be something kind of humorous to add into the corner shop, so yeah. So taking a look at the corner shop itself, and you'll see straight away that I've been in and added in there's lots of tinplate signs that I've made up, which still require a bit of weathering, a little bit, just to make them look a little bit rusty and been sat there in the rain and all that lovely stuff. But yeah, I thought, that'd really set it alight, in terms of that imagery that we're used to seeing in the UK particularly. I've put I don't know if you can see, but I've put in a name for the shop, and it's H. Roberts Corner Shop, who, a little Easter egg, that was actually my granddad, my great granddad actually, but he never owned a corner shop, but I feel like if he could have, he'd have been a good shopkeeper. But yeah, so that was important to me as well. So I quite like hiding these sort of Easter eggs about myself in my work, as I think that it adds something extra to it, something more personal with connection with me. So I've been working on the interior. I think last time you saw it was like plain white plastic card, pretty much. But yeah, I've got some newspapers in there. Started to put some crisp packets hanging off the cupboard. They are tiny though. Put my finger against it, you'll see. Got your Frosties there and your cornflakes. A load of baked bean cans as well, which, can't really go without them. Oh, and some Maryland cookies at the front there, but a bit of a jumble of periods in here. It's not really anything accurate, but yeah. So the other thing this week is that I've taken on 2 commissions at the same time, which is something I've done before. It's not unheard of. One is a rally diorama, basically, and so I'm going to be using this Renault 5 body. It's got to be need to turn it into a Renault 5 GT, so it needs bulking up a bit on the wheel arches, particularly, and the bumper around the front, that needs it as well. But that's going to be a really cool piece. It'll be going over a jump. Yeah, it's for somebody, a family member for somebody, and they want to give it as a gift. So that's going to be interesting, one to watch. I mean, I've got to spray yellow rather than blue. So the other one is actually really special. So this is the progress so far, and lovely lady got in touch through my Etsy shop, actually, rather than Instagram, and she bought a post box from me last year, I think, and she bought that piece for a friend who was a postman, somebody she'd known for a long time, and but this year she got in contact to explain that unfortunately been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and this really touched me, because I was like, you're asking me to make him something, and she said, yeah, that's kind of what she was hoping for, and the thing that she wanted me to make was, which I'll show you on the screen, is a lovely little place called Hawker's Hut. And Hawker's Hut was a place that Reverend Hawker, the Reverend of that particular parish in that area, I think it's Cornwall, he would go there on a quiet evening and write poetry in this little hut. And it's really, and I looked it up and did some research because I'd never heard of it before, and it really is it's beautiful, somewhere that I'm going to have to definitely visit after making this piece, and at some point in my life, and I want to sit in there and kind of, think about my connection with that place, even though I've never been there, which is always a bit odd with these sorts of things. But yeah, and so this is something that I'm really pouring myself into, and you can see that's like an hour or so's piece of work. I've done a sketch for it as well, and so that is, what I hope it will look like, and it will look like. I always make sure that it turns out the way I imagined. But to get to this point, I actually went about a new way that I'd not done before, and I actually printed out a picture of Hawker's Hut, face on, and that's the remains of it, because I basically cut up all the planks of wood that make it up, all the details, and then laid them onto plasticard, cut them out with this old chap, and then and it basically formed all the pieces that I need to do the job. And you can see here I've still got some left that I need to do and work with, but there's plenty of time, and I never like to rush things. It might seem like I do things quite quickly, but that's because I'm passionate about what I do, and stopping myself is quite difficult sometimes. So so this is going to be really interesting to see how this turns out. This is I've actually got the box here that I'm going to use, the acrylic cover. It's obviously for cars, model cars. I mean, that's how the name that's put on them. But for me, I look at these things and I'm like, oh, I could encase all sorts in there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that, and that was something different for you, particularly with the seeing me actually make something. That's probably spice things up a little bit, if you can say that. Thanks for watching. Keep cool, because it's incredibly hot at the moment, and find me on the old Instagram, and give us a follow if you want to, and also if you want to subscribe on here, please do. But only adding to fueling my desire to produce good pieces of art. That's my aim all the time. So so thanks for stopping by.